The greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. Believe that life is worth living, and your belief will help create the fact. The art of being wise is the art of knowing what to overlook. Act as if what you do makes a difference. It does. The deepest principle in human nature is the craving to be appreciated. The greatest use of life is to spend it for something that will outlast it. To change one's life, start immediately. Do it flamboyantly. No exceptions. We are like islands in the sea, separate on the surface but connected in the deep. The world we see that seems so insane is the result of a belief system that is not working. Whenever you're in conflict with someone, there is one factor that can make the difference between damaging your relationship and deepening it. The greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind. The mind is never passive. It is a perpetual activity, delicate, receptive, responsive to stimulus. Wisdom is learning what to overlook. Man can alter his life by altering his thinking. There is but one cause of human failure, and that is man's lack of faith in his true self. A chain is no stronger than its weakest link. Genius means little more than the faculty of perceiving in an unhabitual way. The world is all the richer for having a devil in it, so long as we keep our foot upon his neck. Belief creates the actual fact. Habit is the enormous flywheel of society, its most precious conservative agent. All our life, so far as it has definite form, is but a mass of habits. The best argument is that which seems merely an explanation. The essence of genius is to know what to overlook. To be what we are and to become what we are capable of becoming is the only end of life. A great many people think they are thinking when they are merely rearranging their prejudices. The most important thing is to be able at any moment to sacrifice what we are for what we could become. The world is a system of correlated objects. The mind of man is the great miracle of the cosmos. The art of being wise is knowing what to overlook. The stream of thought flows on, but most of its segments fall into the bottomless abyss of oblivion. The sway of alcohol over mankind is unquestionably due to its power to stimulate the mystical faculties of human nature. Common sense and a sense of humor are the same thing, moving at different speeds. No matter how full a reservoir of maxims one may possess, and no matter how good one's sentiments may be, if one has not taken advantage of every concrete opportunity to act, one's character may remain entirely unaffected for the better. The greatest discovery of our generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind. Whenever two people meet, there are really 6 people present. There is each man as he sees himself, each man as the other person sees him, and each man as he really is. The community stagnates without the impulse of the individual. The impulse dies away without the sympathy of the community. Truth is what works. The visible world is a poor thing. We are doomed to cling to a life even while we find it unendurable. Our beliefs are really our facts. Action seems to follow feeling, but really action and feeling go together, and by regulating the action, which is under the more direct control of the will, we can indirectly regulate the feeling, which is not. We may be in the universe as dogs, and cats are in our libraries, seeing the books and hearing the conversation, but having no inkling of the meaning of it all. The sovereign cure for worry is prayer. Where no emotion is, there is no motive for the will. Compared to what we ought to be, we are only half awake. The world is not painted, it is the paintings. The greatest revolution of our generation is the discovery that human beings, by changing the inner attitudes of their minds, can change the outer aspects of their lives. The best way to define a man's character would be to seek out the particular mental or moral attitude in which, when it came upon him, he felt himself most deeply and intensely active and alive. There is an organic affinity between joyousness and tenderness, and their companionship in the saintly life need in no way occasion surprise. Philosophy is at once the most sublime and the most trivial of human pursuits. In the dim background of mind, we know what we ought to be doing, but somehow we cannot start. In business, as in art and science, we may be sure that half of what is said we do not need to know, and of the other half, there is but a fraction which would be of real use if we knew it. Faith means belief in something concerning which doubt is theoretically possible. Pessimism leads to weakness, optimism to power. A new idea is first condemned as ridiculous and then dismissed as trivial, until finally it becomes what everybody knows. We don't laugh because we're happy because we laugh.